It started after my first films in 2012. Everyone was saying, okay, you are too naive, your film is so naive, and the idea of naiveness stuck with me, which actually is a title translated in Turkish is naive. So I started to develop the script. At the core of the script, the question was, how can we stay naive and true human beings when there are monsters outside? Like, it's a heavily transforming area. In Turkey, it's really critical and chaotic with the politics and everything. Mm-hmm. So the idea was, how are we going to stay human, true human beings, when there is so much stuff happening, so much evil happening around us? So it started from there and developed to this full-grown film in 5 years.
I was going to say, how long did it take you? 5 years to write it? Wow. Saadet and Erol, what did you guys think when you read the screenplay? How did you connect with the characters?
I think it's not only in Turkey, in a lot of places in the world, it's really hard to find incredible female characters in movies. So the first time, I started reading the script, also this is something that I told Ali in our first meeting. I was reading the script and I was like seeing Remziye, and I was like thinking, okay, now another female character, like totally based on the male perspective, like the first, I don't want to give any spoilers, but the first moments I was reading the script, and then there's one point in the story that everything goes really upside down.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah.
So I don't want to give any
too
spoilers,
much away. Yeah.
I don't want to say anything in detail. But from that point on, I was shocked, and I actually started getting introduced to Remziye, and then I realized I myself have prejudices against people, because from whatever perspective the director or the storyteller shows you a character, you're totally drawn to it, and you just look at the characters from their perspective. So when the perspective changed, I was like, oh my god, there's an amazing character here. So I was amazed by the story. I was amazed by the characters and how surprising the story was. Usually the characters that they think I'm right for are not characters like Remziye. So when we met, I told Ali that I'm dying to play in this film. It's an amazing story, and I know that usually people in the industry, they don't tend to see me that way, but when we talked in detail, then I understood, because he didn't want any cliches in the story for the characters. So I really like that idea, because even myself, while we were shooting the film, I was looking at Remziye and I was imagining, visualizing some scenes, and he was creating the scene in a totally different way than I was imagining. Then I was realizing we have this
vision,
borders and visions and boundaries, all cliches in our minds, and it's really hard to break them.
Right.
So this film for me and this character was an amazing experience, and it actually broke my boundaries and cliches that I have in my mind. That's one of the things that I can say.
Well, you did an excellent job.
Thank you.
Yes, you did an excellent job. And what about yourself?
Well, with me it was funny. I was preparing for another film in Turkey, and I got via Instagram from our cast director Shafak if I would be interested to read the script, and it just takes 15 minutes from one side to the other side in Istanbul.
Okay.
And I was sitting on the ferry, and I started. First you go over, and I was thinking, okay, I want to read that. When I arrived at the station, I get out, I stepped aside, I kept reading because I couldn't leave it. And then I called the casting director. She said, you're not gonna say that you read it already? I said, yes, I want to be in this film. And then we met Ali, and then we Skyped. It was funny. It happened to me for the first time since I've been doing this job, that I could see every scene in picture. And it was funny again when we went to the set, and I saw there are a lot of different things, what I thought and what he has or had in his mind. And for me, it wasn't like in the script, no placative work, these are bad or these are good, that what you do is the right one and what you do is wrong one. Ali was talking all the time about gray zone. It's nothing is white, so white how we think, or nothing is so black, how they think. We move in this gray zone, and you could see, you saw the film, we haven't seen the film.
That's right, yes.
That was what the basic we had to build up, and it worked for me, on the set, very well, and I'm proud of being a part of this film.
So tell me about the title.
Okay.
The meaning of the title.
The title is SAF, which we didn't translate because we couldn't. It has some meanings that are so different from each other. It's really difficult. So the first one is naive. You can say, you are so SAF, you are so naive. Or also you can say, you are too SAF. In that case, it means you are foolishly naive.
Oh,
and
okay.
The characters are represented in a way that whether they are naive. So we have always, the audience have always this question in mind: what is naive in this setting? How can you stay naive? The other idea was, the other meaning was, it's taking sides. So you can be on this SAF or you can be on this SAF. So you are kind of with us or against us. So it's this basic idea that takes over the world right now. It's either you are with us or against us. So basically the protagonists are asked the same question: are you with us or against us? So you should pick your side, and basically which are transforming the characters in a sense, trying to hold on to their life, whereas they also should take sides because of the communities. So therefore we kept it as SAF. Also it's a kind of catchy word. So it's basically